our future Toastmasters and leaders, our guests. I request you to kindly introduce yourself by telling who you are, what do you do, and how did you come to know about Toastmaster. So let's start with guest Shireen. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Shireen, and I came to know about Toastmasters many years back actually, through my boss itself. And since then, I've been working on my communication skill. Back then, I couldn't join. I mean, there were various reasons. I had, whenever you're basically trying to improve your the things that you're struggling with, you always come up with excuses. So that was the issue back then. Now with COVID going on, there is definitely a drastic change that I'm seeing in myself, and I feel like this is the right time for me to kind of improve myself and become better, definitely. And public speaking is one of those skills that I want to improve. So that's about it. That's about me.
We welcome you to the club.
Thank you.
Now we have guest Vinas. Could you please introduce yourself? Vinas, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everyone. My name is Varnaz, and I saw Toastmasters on Meetup, so I just wanted to know what it's all about. And it's wonderful. I've been hearing about Toastmasters for very long, but I didn't know what it was about. Then I read through it, and I'm pretty much one of those that motivates people, talks to them, gives them sometimes uncalled for advice and things like that. So I'm quite confident on the stage. I can talk, I speak. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but I just wanted to suss out what this is all about.
That's
Anything else you want to ask me?
Thank you for joining us. We have
Thank
with
you.
us guest Vikram. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi guys. So basically, I was introduced to Toastmasters in my graduation, but now and I was basically trying to join Toastmasters in Delhi also, but didn't was not able to manage time. But now, when I am joining XLRI, so Aarti introduced me to Toastmasters and motivated me to join Toastmasters to work on my communication skills. So now, yeah, so I'll join this meeting to see how Toastmaster works, and then basically in the future, I'm looking to join Toastmasters to work on my communication skills.
Well, that's great. Hope to see you as a member soon. We have guest Swati with us. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I'm Swati. I am currently pursuing MBA from IIFT Delhi, and I got to know about Toastmasters in IIFT itself. And there was a WhatsApp floating around some time back, and I thought that I might as well try and understand what this is all about. So here I am. I want to work on my communication skills because it's very relevant and it's required everywhere. So yeah, I'm hoping to join it soon.
We welcome you to the club. Now we have guest Manish. Could you please introduce yourself?
Everyone. My name is Manish Jha. I'm a second year student pursuing BCom program and also a CAT aspirant. I came to know about Toastmaster from my coaching teacher. So today I'm here to know that how Toastmaster works and how can it helps me to improve my leadership skills and communication skills. So that's it.
That's great. Thank you for joining us. We have with us guest Rohit. Rohit, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. Myself, Rohit, currently working as a senior data analyst in Nexa Group of Insurance. So actually, I'm a member of Toastmaster. I became a member of the Toastmaster in my last year of my graduation, and I was a member of CDTM. So I had been here for the 6 months. After that, I joined the company, and the corporate life changes everything. So since last 3 years, I was trying back to come to the CDTM and join the lectures and the speeches, but I didn't get the time. Today I got a mail having link of the Zoom meeting, so I just joined it and looking forward to it, how it's going during online class, so that I can utilize my time right.
We welcome you back to the club. guest Rohit.
Thank you.
Now we have guest Tanvi. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Tanvi Bansal. My college friend told me about this Toastmaster group. So I just want to develop my communication skill. So my friend suggests me that this is one of the best platform to develop skills and can plus build my confidence level.
That's great. We welcome you to the club. Last up, we have guest Yukti. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Yukti. Myself, I work as an
Hello.
HR professional. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So my name is Yukti Minocha and I work as an HR professional with Karl Stores Endoscopy. It's a medical organization in dealing in endoscopy equipments. So I heard about Toastmaster Club from one of my friend 2-3 years back. He always asked me to join this and have one experience, but I never tried. So during lockdown, I thought of why I should not try and see. And I just want to build on my communication skills. That's why I'm here.
That's amazing. We welcome you to the club. We welcome you
Thank you.
all. Now it's time to welcome the host of the meeting, who is a very enthusiastic, determined, and a person who grabs opportunities whenever he gets. Please help me welcome our beloved VPM, Toastmaster Nitin, with his team, Sibling the Beauty, Toastmaster Nitin Gautam. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam President, for this warm introduction. I welcome you all to yet another exciting and fun-loving meeting of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Woo! I am very blessed and feeling grateful to be your Toastmaster of the day in today's meeting. It gives me a sheer pleasure to serve you guys. The beauty of siblings bond. Dear Toastmasters, have you ever faced the time when you need to share your deepest secrets with someone? Or the time when you need someone who can walk in your shoes just to see and to understand what you are currently going through in your life? I'm not talking about parents, friends, or acquaintances. I am talking about that one confidant who believes in you, fights with you, and is very emotionally connected with you. Yes, guys, you have guessed it right. I'm talking about siblings. 90% of us have a brother or sister or both. Siblings are our very first friends, our first companions from whom we learn social skills, play various games, and of course, have those craziest fights. Sibling relationships are emotionally very powerful and critical, not only in childhood days, but over the course of a lifetime. Since the time they are born, our siblings are our role models who guide us and motivate us to achieve success in life. They help us by teaching how to resolve conflicts with others and how to conduct beautiful and better friendships. Given their closeness in ages, we are more likely to share our private information with our siblings. We can share our memories of college life, school life, and the relationships and friendships without any fear or hesitation. If we share these private information with our parents, we may easily get scolded by our parents. So that's not the case with siblings. Siblings are very friendly and they help us, and by not disclosing our private information before our parents. Siblings play a very important and indispensable part in our lives. We learn so many things from our siblings. Let me share with you guys of how I am influenced by my elder brother. Guys, my elder brother is a doctor and he is 4 years older than I. He's a very matured guy and a very disciplined guy who works very hard to achieve his plans and goals in his life. He has given me insights. He has taught me the value of life, that life is not fair every time, and that I should be very strong to overcome any obstacles in my life. As he is my elder brother, he has given me insights into the main dominant world of competition. He has introduced me to the world of sports, and we used to play cricket very much in our childhood days. I remember that one day while playing cricket, we broke one window of one of our neighbor's aunt. And we badly got scolded by that aunt and of course our parents. So that's the craziest and loveliest part of having a sibling. You can do all the mischievous things with your siblings. Apart from that, my elder brother has encouraged me to develop good habits and stay away from bad habits and made me the person who I am today. So guys, I will discuss all the facts of the meeting, all the facts about the siblings during the course of the meeting. But first, let me tell you how our Toastmasters meeting are conducted in general. So guys, today we are having 4 segments. The first one is prepared speeches segment, wherein the members will be delivering their speeches from respective pathways. Today we are having 2 speakers. The second segment is the monthly awards segment, which will be conducted by our president Toastmaster Gursifat. And the third one is table topic segment, where members can hone or improve their on-the-spot speaking skills. They have to speak on a topic for about 1 to 2 minutes, and guests are also encouraged to participate in the table topic segment. And the last segment is our evaluation segment. Evaluation and feedback are an integral and important part of Toastmasters meeting, where experienced Toastmasters as an evaluators will be providing their valuable and constructive feedback for our prepared speeches speakers and our table topic speakers. I also have a team of Toastmasters who are very versatile. They are proactive and attentive throughout the entire meeting. They are called auxiliary role players. They are the pillars of our Toastmasters meeting. Without their valuable support, this meeting cannot be completed successfully. So guys, it's time to introduce the first auxiliary role player, who is a timer. So to keep the track of the time taken by each speaker, we have a timer, and he is Toastmaster Anjanay Kumar. So Toastmaster Anjanay Kumar is a policy practitioner, and he is currently pursuing public policy from Indian School of Public Policy. When I asked him to share some of your best memories with siblings, so he said that he has lots of best memories with his siblings, with his 3 elder sisters. He always finds them standing beside him in case of any family emergency and need. So guys, please help me welcome our first auxiliary role player timer, Toastmaster Anjanay Kumar.
Hi. Warm good evening to all fellow Toastmasters. Lost wealth may be regained by hard work. Lost knowledge may be regained by dedicated study, but time lost is lost forever. I am Anjanay, timer of today's club meeting. In this weekly meeting, every second is precious. I will keep eye on every activity through the lens of time management. I would like to elaborate time allocated for each activity for today's meeting. As part of our prepared speech session, time allocated for the icebreaker session will be between 4 minutes to 6 minutes. At the end of 4 minutes, I will show the green card. At the end of 5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at the end of 6 minutes, I will show the red card. Yes, and for the evaluation and feedback and negotiate to best outcome, we have allocated 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At the end of 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card, and at the end of 7 minutes, I will show the red card. Table topic session. For the table topic session, we have allocated 5 to 7 minutes. At the 7 minutes, I will show the green card. At 8 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at the 9 minutes, I will show the red card. Time allocated for the all evaluation session, except table topic evaluator, will be between 2 to 3 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At the end of 2.5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And the end of 3 minutes, I will show the red card. For the table topic evaluation, time allocated is 3 to 4 minutes. At the end of 3 minutes, I will show the green card. At the end of 3.5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And the end of 4 minutes, I will show the red card. At the end of the session, I will share time management report with all of you in amiable manner. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anjane Kumar. So next up, we have language evaluator, to keep the track of good usages and not so good usages of English language. We have and to introduce you all to us the word of the day. And for that, I have language evaluator, and she is a Toastmaster Claret. So guys, Toastmaster Claret has been a professional in the decorative paint segment and in confectionery. So when I asked her to share some of your best memories with siblings, so she said that she and her brother used to fly kites. Sorry? So, okay. She said that she and her brother used to fly kites and they get excited over the kites rising higher and higher. And then in the process, they used to cut the other kites. She used to hold the manja, the main part of flying kites. So guys, please help me welcome Toastmaster Claret. Claret, you are on mute. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day, Nitin Gautam. The beauty of siblings bond. Having a sibling or siblings is a blessing, whether younger to you or older to you. Initially, it could be funny, small fights over who will get the bigger piece of chocolate. This turns into an amiable, loving, caring relationship as one grows up, and laughter over the earlier childhood day pranks. I'm Toastmaster Claret, language evaluator for the day. And my role is I will be noting down good usages and not so good usages of the English language. The word of the day is amiable, meaning having or displaying a friendly manner. To give you an example, she has an amiable personality, always a kind word and a smile. Another sentence, he was essentially an amiable man. Today, I'm encouraging our members to use the word of the day, amiable. Mode of communication is English. Kindly translate into English if you use any other language. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Claret. So next up, we have our R counter. So to keep the track of our R's and Ums we have used in the meeting, we have an R counter, and he is Toastmaster Karanveer. So Toastmaster Karanveer is a student of computer science and engineering at Indraprasth University, Delhi. So when I asked him to share some of his memories with siblings, so he said that it's always an emotional moment for him to bring gifts for her sister, for her younger sister, for his younger sister, whenever he comes back to his hometown from Delhi. They fight a lot with each other and they miss each other as our Toastmaster Karanveer is living away from his sister. So guys, please help me welcome our counter Toastmaster Karanveer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nathan, for that introduction. A very good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and dear guests that we have today in our meeting. When I think of siblings, one of the best memories that I have is going on road trips with my siblings. I'm sure we all have gone on the road trips, but what I'm going to talk here about today is not the trip that we go with our siblings, but about the road. There are two kinds of road when we go on a road trip. One of them is a bumpy one with a lot of potholes and speed breakers. The other one is the highway, clear-cut highway. So which is the one you would like to travel on? Of course, it is the second one, the highway, where you can go on smoothly. So whenever we come here for speeches, not just in Toastmasters, but anywhere when we present our thoughts, it is a kind of necessity that we have to present our thoughts in a very smooth manner so that the audience or someone who is hearing you doesn't face any hindrance. So my name is Karanveer and I'm going to play the role of R counter today. As an R counter, it's my duty to account 4 different things. Number 1 is the filler words. For example, during the speech, we use us, these kinds of sound. Then we sometimes repeat a few words unnecessarily due to nervousness, or sometimes we just even go blank. I know these kind of experiences are scary for us, but what's important is when you go back from the stage, you account that how many hours and you have taken in the meeting. And then when the next time you come on the stage, you have to improve yourself. And the only way to improve yourself is to account. And I am here to help you with that. I will present my report during the evaluation segment. And back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karimir. So guys, it is requested that all of you should please switch on your video modes because as it makes the meeting very lively and more cheerful. And guys, if you don't know, you might not be knowing that Toastmaster Karanveer has recently met with an accident. So see his courage and determination. He has not even backed out. So very great job, Toastmaster Karanveer. You have taken the role and explain your role very greatly. So good, great job. So next up, we have our parliamentarian. So to maintain the decorum throughout the meeting, we have a parliamentarian and he is Toastmaster Nipun. When I asked him to share some best memories with his siblings, he said that he has two cousin brothers with whom he used to play colors during Holi celebration and they used to fly kites in Independence Day. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Nipun Ahuja to explain his role of parliamentarian.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I'm Nipun Ahuja and I'm playing the role of parliamentarian in today's meeting. Parliamentarian is someone who makes rules and regulations for the meeting. And we are basically parliamentarian of our lives also. We make rules and some procedures of our life and we walk on them. And when we actually walk on them, we become amiable to ourselves. Now, let me show certain rules and regulations of today's meeting. We have to use earphone today in the meeting so that we can avoid background sound. And also, please keep your microphone mute whenever some speaker is speaking. Keep your camera. Do not switch on and off camera again and again because this may disturb the speaker as well as the audience also, the focus of their focus, and avoid negative references towards caste, gender, and politics. Encourage speakers after their speech by showing thumbs up, and I will submit my report. Then I will be called for an evaluation. This is all from my side. Back to the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nipun. So next up, we have a listener to know how much we have paid attention in the meeting and to test our listening skills. We have a listener and she is Toastmaster Gursifat. Guys, Toastmaster Gursifat is a very hardworking girl. And when I asked her to share some of her memories with siblings, she said that her sister and she went to Goa for scuba diving. And that was her best memory. So guys, please help me welcome Toastmaster Gursifat as a listener for today's meeting.
I and my sister are like two parallel lines that never intersect. Our thoughts, our interests would never match. If she'll say yes for a thing, I'll definitely say no. She is the most coolest person in this world and I'm the most serious one. But when it comes to listening and understanding, she is the best person to go to. She always understands me, listens me, and obviously communication is a two-way process and listening involves in that. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I, Gursifat, will be the listener for today's meeting. I'll be framing questions from the prepared speech segment, from the evaluation segment, and from the table topic segment. So, happy listening and listen properly. Over to you, Nathan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gursifat. Next up, we have a joke master to give us a dose of laughter and to tickle our funny bones. And for that, I have joke master and she is Toastmaster Dhwani. So guys, Toastmaster Dhwani loves reading, writing, and playing football and of course, watching it too. When I asked her to share some of her best memories with her sibling, she said that once she and her sister were sitting on the kitchen slab and started laughing hysterically over something that would not have been very funny. So after that, Toastmaster Dhwani slipped from the slab and her sister too slipped because Toastmaster Dhwani had her pulling down. So then again, they laughed on the kitchen floor for no absolutely reason at all. So that was a very sweet memory, Toastmaster Dhwani. So I welcome you to please present your role.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nitin. So I'll start with my first joke. So my brother is my best friend until he tells on me, then he's just another brother. Sisters are like psychiatrists. They have no choice but to listen to your whining, then turn sound and rob you blind. My brother is my partner in crime until we get caught, then he did it. Having sisters is like living in Cinderella's house. I'm pretty, overworked, underappreciated, and they are evil. Simple as it gets, the older child always sets the bar. Thank goodness my elder brother set it very low. Siblings are like built in shoplifters, always taking stuff that doesn't belong to them. Words are the best weapon siblings have in a fight. Whoever yells, "Mom, she's hurting me first," wins. Thank you so much. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nitin.
Thank you so much. So, Toastmaster Dhoni, for your joke master's role. So, guys, it's time to begin our very first segment of the meeting, which is the prepared speeches segment. So, our first speaker is Toastmaster Saurabh. But before I call Toastmaster Saurabh on screen, I would like to request the evaluator of Toastmaster Saurabh, that is Toastmaster Yash, to read out his speech objectives. So, please help me welcome Toastmaster Yash. We have Toastmaster Yash.
Yes, we
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, 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 you are.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. It's so good to be back after a very long time. Well, Toastmaster Saurabh Kaushik is delivering his icebreaker speech from his past dynamic leadership. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Well, I wish Toastmaster Saurabh Kaushik all the best. Over to you, Toastmaster Nitin Gautam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash. So, guys, our first speaker is Toastmaster Saurabh. So, Toastmaster Saurabh has completed his BTech from TMU Moradabad, and he's doing a job in Telmax Engineers as a QA manager. When I asked him to share some of his best memories with his siblings, he said that as a child, they used to go to the mango orchard with his siblings. They used to enjoy the whole day in the garden and used to love eating mangoes. And particularly Toastmaster Saurabh used to love peacocks while dancing. So guys, please help me welcome our first speaker of the today's meeting, that is Toastmaster Saurabh, with his speech, introducing myself, who am I, introducing myself, who am I, Toastmaster Saurabh. Over to you.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Very good evening, Toastmaster and dear guest. This is my first speech, the icebreaker. This is the speech where I will talk about myself. So let me introduce myself to all of you. I am Saurabh Kaushik. Is it true? I don't know about it myself, but my father gave me this name and everybody else calls me by this name. So I should say my name is Saurabh Kaushik. But since the objective of this speech is to introduce you to me, not to my name, let me try to introduce myself to all of you. So, who am I? Let us ponder over this question for some time and try to find out if we can. In my present form, I began my journey as a human being in 1993 on a tiny planet of this, on a tiny solar system of a tiny galaxy of this incredibly huge universe. The significance of that seemingly insignificant moment of time was immense. I got a vehicle called body to survive in this world. I grew up in Naroli, in UP. We have 4 siblings and I am younger of them. My father is in a stationery business. My mother runs higher secondary school. I did my BTech in mechanical from TMU Moradabad. I started my career with TUV, moved on to RST, and now at Telmax Engineers. But why? Why I was born to parents to whom I was born? Why I was born at Naroli, not in Paris? Why I study in mechanical engineering, not in economics? These are questions to which even I don't have an answer, but the more importantly, I want to introduce myself. I'm enjoying a privileged life. I don't have a Mercedes or a BMW. I don't eat at the five-star hotel like Leela or Taj, but I am satisfied because I get to eat 3 meals a day. I feel sad when I think of those who sleep hungry. I am privileged, while many are underprivileged. These are questions to which even I don't have an answer. But the more importantly, I want to introduce me to you. 5 years ago, I started my karma in Haryana. I struggled a lot. There are so many karmas I've left. Relationships are yet to be made. Obligations are yet to be redeemed. There is the famous shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Karmanyavadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachana. Ma karm phale todurma te sangyosab karmani. Meaning, man only has the right to karma, not to worry about its fruits. Therefore, do not worry about fruits of action, and do not be distracted by karma. I don't know how long doing karmas. These are questions to which even I don't have an answer. I have desire, goals, and ambitions. I want to be rich. I want to go abroad, have a successful career, a great family, and a big bungalow. Will these materialistic things give me inner satisfaction or happiness? I know the answer this time. But the more importantly, I want to introduce myself to all of you. To introduce myself, I should know about myself. This is my limitation. But the fact is that I am a work in progress. I am trying to discover myself. To give you a glimpse, I can say I'm a soul who is on the journey, on the path of evolution. I have changed many forms, ranging from stones to plants to animals, and now I am in a human form. I don't know what the next one will be, but the future is full of hope. The wise men say, you reap what you sow. I was never born, I will never die. I will only progress and discover myself in every form. And I'm very hopeful. One day, I will be able to introduce myself to all of you. Thank you. Over to you, Timothy.
So guys, it is a tradition in Toastmasters that whenever a speaker gives his icebreaker speech in physical meetings, we used to give him a standing ovation, but now we are conducting our meetings online. So it is requested that everyone should clap for him or show a virtual hand, which is depicting clapping. Guys, please, thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurabh. So please take 30 seconds to write feedback for Toastmaster Saurabh over personal chat. Okay, so guys, it's time to call our second speaker, that is Toastmaster Sriram, to come on stage. So, but before I request Toastmaster Sriram to speak on his speech, so I request evaluator of Toastmaster Sriram, that is Toastmaster DTM Asim Gupta, to reach out his speech objectives. Please help me welcome DTM Asim Gupta.
Hello everyone. Good evening to everyone and to my speaker, target speaker, Toastmaster Sriram in particular. Today, Toastmaster Sriram will be presenting the project titled Negotiate the Best Outcome, which is again one of the projects that is not a part of the traditional traditional program, but just in pathways. So very excited to hear what he has today. The purpose of this project uh, is twofold. The first one is for the member to learn about the different types of negotiation and the strategy that can be used when negotiating. The purpose of his speech, the second purpose, is for him to share some aspect of a past or future negotiation in his life. I would be looking for a speech. I would be looking at the basic dynamics of public speaking as well. So all the best, Toastmaster Sriram, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster DTM Asim Gupta. So, guys, Toastmaster Sriram likes keeping abreast of the latest changes around him. He's always ready to take initiatives and would love to contribute for a greater cause. When I asked him to share some of his best memories with siblings, he said that the typical summer holiday memories are his best memories, which he spends with his siblings. So, guys, please help me welcome Toastmaster Sriram, the best outcome, Toastmaster Sriram. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin, for the warm introduction, and thank you, GTM Asim, for telling about my speech objectives and my speech title. Thank you for evaluating me. So I'll start my speech with a very famous example of a movie, Hollywood movie called Wall Street, where it's about the character called Jordan Belfort, and it's been enacted by Leonardo DiCaprio. So in this, there is a movie called Sell Me. There's a scene called Sell Me the Pen. So Leonardo DiCaprio asks his counterparts to sell the pen. Then he creates a demand situation for demand. No. So then, for example, he wants the other counterpart wants something to write on the tissue paper. At that point of time, he doesn't have a pen. That's when you create a demand, and that's when you sell a pen. So that's one of the typical and a very famous negotiation scene from a movie. I hope a lot of people have watched that movie. That's why I thought it's very apt to tell this example. And one more example would be of when we go to our weekly markets and we say the vegetable seller says 20 rupees for the okra, and you say no, I'm just going to pay 15 rupees for the okra. That's our daily negotiation, probably we could say. So without any delay, I would like to thank you all for giving me this time, and I'll just tell you my speech objective. So in this speech objective, I'll explore different types of negotiation styles, and then I'll also give some examples which happen in my life, and I'll also give you some strategies, or not some strategies, some good tips to probably be very well in the negotiation. But before that, I'd like to welcome you all and good evening. And I'll just want to give you a brief about what negotiation is. So you might have known from my examples what negotiation is, but I'll just give you a definition per se. So negotiation is just a formal discussion, with the goal of reaching an agreement. It can be between two or more parties. Yeah. So I mean, the ability to negotiate is very important in our daily life, and we use it every day, but we don't realize it. So, I mean, realizing that and using it effectively, will help you get into better outcomes. So, it is very important to, first of all, support your position. What do I mean by that? I mean that, you should be clear of your goals. So, for example, if I go to a market and there are two goals for me, okay, it can be, probably getting the best quality of shirt or the cheapest shirt. So that I have to realize what exactly do I want to get out of this negotiation. Then only you can support your position. Once you, get what you exactly want, you have to research. So research is a very important part, so that you have the gun to fire at the next other party, or probably, you have the ammo to, make that decision. So there are basically two different kinds of outcomes. One is the win-win outcome, and second is the win-lose outcome. So what do I mean by win-win outcome? So win-win outcome is when both the parties win. So for example, I mean, I'm just giving a hypothetical example. So you know Chiku, right? So there are two people who want to buy Chiku. One says, I don't want the seeds in the Chiku. I just want the whatever is left out except the Chiku. And the other person says, I only want the seeds. So both can agree with each other and get what they want from the Chiku. So you know that's just a hypothetical example to understand what a win-win could be, which is a good thing for both the parties. And then there is a win-lose, which is also called a zero-sum game in a game theory. So if someone is familiar with game theory, probably stock market, right? When you see one person wins, another person goes down. So it's a zero-sum game. There's a win-lose thing. So I mean, in real life, when we negotiate, sometimes there is a winner and sometimes there is a loser. So few things you have to understand. I mean, before really going into negotiation, is that when to walk away from the negotiation when it gets ugly, and the person will drag down and get him to his level and then get his best price. So you have to know the right point to walk out. So that's a very good thing for you guys to explore. You should have a backup plan as an alternative. If this guy doesn't give me what I need, I can go to the next person here in the lane and I can get what I need. So, and then a compromise. You should understand what exactly can you compromise for the deal to happen. After I said all those things, there are few different negotiation styles. As we know, there are different communication styles, leadership styles. There's also different negotiation styles. So first of all, it's a competitive. These people, have a competitive approach. Hey, I'm the one. I got all the ammo. I'm ready to fire. And these people, really have to, get these things done really quickly. So that's a competitive style. So, and then there's accommodation style. In this kind of style, you give information and then you make concessions. So in this style, you tend to give weight to a relationship. For example, you're in the B2B segment, business to business. So you're dealing with a business partner. I mean, you make a decision keeping in mind that you have to share a good amount of time with them. So next up with is a compromise. So compromise is somewhere you make meet your counterparts in a halfway. So you understand, I mean, this is fine. We both can make something good out of it. And then there is collaborative. In this collaborative thing, we both brainstorm and think what kind of a deal if we make. We will be very happy and can maintain a good relationship. But this can be time consuming, let me tell you. So you have to prioritize your goals. You have to basically see how much time you have. You have to see how much you can afford to lose. Yeah, so having these two things, and third of all, what is your position? What exactly? I mean, do you have an upper hand or a lower hand? So you have to see before entering into a negotiation. So there are some few strategies, which we can deploy. So as again, I'm quoting the Wall Street movie. Never speak first. Let the other person give whatever he has. Never quote the first time. So let the other person tell, and then concentrate on the beginning. So first impression is the last impression, as they say. So concentration of the beginning, first 5 minutes of the negotiation, and see what best and how you can impress the other counterpart, and be impersonal. Yes, this is very important. You have to have emotional control while you're negotiating. You have to be impersonal. So so I'll give you an example. So in my daily life, okay, so I used to live alone. So I also used to go and buy vegetables for my home. So then I used to negotiate, with the vendors. So what price I could get best for it. So because I buy in bulk, there are five to six people who are living with me. So understand that importance. And lastly, show appreciation to the other people. It's always good to be humble and be appreciative of whatever you get and whatever you don't get, so that you can always have a better outcome next time. So with that, thank you so much, guys. Hope you understand how negotiation works and the type of style. And some strategies, and my example, which is the daily, fruit buying or vegetable buying for bulk. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sriram, for sharing us with the greatest and wonderful information with us. So guys, please take 30 seconds to write feedback for my second speaker, that is Toastmaster Sriram. Also, guys, please cast your ballot for the best speaker of the today's meeting. And for this, I request Toastmaster. Okay, Karanveer is very proactive. Guys, you can vote for the best speaker of the evening. Toastmaster Karanveer, please let us know when you are done with the 80% or 90% of the voting.
Hi, Nathan. We are good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer. So guys, it's now time to begin the second segment of the meeting, which is the monthly award segment, which will be conducted by our President Toastmaster Gursifat. Guys, Toastmaster Gursifat is a very hardworking girl. She takes up the role very wholeheartedly and always does her duties very well. So guys, it's time to call Toastmaster Gursifat on the screen.
Thank you so much, Nitin Gautam. I'm just sharing the screen. Please let me know if you can see.
Yes, we are able to see it clearly.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests once again. Now it's time for the monthly awards. Are you all excited?
Yes.
To honor and reward the members who have worked really hard throughout the month of July, we have chosen some awards. So it lives up to the Toastmaster promises, core values, and people who have actively participated in the club program. So these awards are in the exception for the president and the 3 VPs, that's the VPM, VP-Ed and VPPR. So first award we have is the Screamer of the Month, and it comes under the domain of Vice President Public Relation, a person who is assisting in public relation, helping us active our social media handles and also submitting the blogs on CDTM. So it goes to none other than our former secretary, Toastmaster Akhil Kumar Gupta. Next up we have the Comrade of the Month. It comes under the domain of Vice President Membership. This award is given on the performance of regularity and membership activity, a person who introduced the guest to the world of Toastmasters, and it goes to none other than our past president, Toastmaster Shipra Gupta. Next up we have the Nurturer of the Month. It goes to a person who has been actively taking up the roles, handling backouts, taking up all the big roles, and also delivering a lot of speeches. It goes to a very punctual person and also our treasurer of the club, Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia. Next up we have one more award. This is a very interesting award. It's given to a person who has done very innovations with his role and who is very creative. It goes to our very creative Sergeant and Arms Toastmaster Nipun Ahuja, out of the box nurturer. One more award, which is the Budding Nurturer. This is given to a person who hasn't delivered the icebreaker or taken up the major roles, but that person has done table topics as well as Auxi role players in the month of July, and it goes to our enthusiastic Toastmaster Claret. Last up we have very special award. it's given to a very dedicated person who has worked throughout the month and has not only helped the EC, it's not only held EC, but has also worked really hard on himself. And it goes to none other than our treasurer, Toastmaster Karthik Bhatia. Congratulations, everyone, and I hope that we all will be working hard for this award for the next time. Now it's time to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Nitin Gautam.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gursifat, for conducting the session so well. So guys, it is only in India and Nepal that we celebrate this very beautiful, pure and emotional relationship of sibling with great pomp and show. Yesterday only, Raksha Bandhan was celebrated with great grandeur. It is an ancient Hindu festival that ritually celebrates the duty between brothers and sisters. Now the sisters tie the knot of protection, that is Rakhi, around the wrist of her brother in order to pray for his peace, prosperity and well-being. The brothers in return offers gifts and of course commits to his sister that he will protect her from any harm. And guys, this festival helps in bringing the sibling, spending a quality time together and to cherish all the memories of childhood days. So guys, without a further ado, it's time to call on screen. It's time to begin the third segment of the meeting, which is the table topic segment, which will be conducted by Toastmaster Harshvardhan. So guys, Toastmaster Harshvardhan is currently pursuing his post-graduation from IBS Gurgaon. He likes to play cricket, listening to music and exploring new places. So when I asked him to share some memories with his siblings or his cousins, he said that he likes to play cricket with his cousins and they went to Taj Mahal once. So guys, please help me welcome Toastmaster Harshvardhan to conduct table topic segment. Over to you, Toastmaster Harshvardhan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. First of all, I request everyone to switch on their videos. So, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I, Harshvardhan Sharma, will going to do the role of table topic master for today's meeting. As the table topic master, I encourage the fellow Toastmaster and dear guests to participate in the session. Please raise your virtual hand or physical hand. The time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes with a buffer period of 30 seconds on the either side to every speaker who comes for table topic. Now I will share my screen. So who want to come first? Yes, Toastmaster Rajendra. The topic for you is, should the government give more subsidies to farmers or provide better mechanism for loan? Should government give more subsidies to farmer or provide better mechanism for loan? Toastmaster Rajendra.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster, for giving me this role. And hello, all Toastmaster and my dear guests. I'm C.L. Rajendra and I'm a Toastmaster. And this is a very beautiful topic given by me. Should government give more subsidies to farmer or provide better mechanism for loan? So while talking on this topic, why should we not talk about is loan is better? Have you ever questioned about that? Is loan is better? Is loan is asset? So why we celebrate when we sanction a loan? Why we celebrate when we get funded? I don't think it is a good way to celebrate, because by the end it is making you weaker by the end, and it is making you dependent on something else. So it's better to earn less. It's better to generate less revenue rather than taking extra pressure on your mind and pressurizing yourself. So I never think that loan will be better solution for any financial situation, because most of the Indians take a loan, but they don't manage it properly. They think that loan is 18%, 20%, 25%, 15%, but on the at the end, when you calculate all the figures, it accumulates lots of interest. There is not a simple interest. There is called chakriya byaj, compounding interest always. So you have to understand, and once extra burden of monthly expenses comes in your in your expenses schedule. So I never thought, rather than giving a loan for the farmers and better mechanism, why we should not provide some extra facilities of irrigation and some machineries and some education, some skills, so that our farmers will generate lots of different vegetable, different fruits. They can fertile multiple times rather than single times. They don't have to depend on seasons. So according to me, being a chartered accountant, I have seen lots of MSME, lots of entrepreneurs who has done very bad with loans. So from my experience, I don't suggest anyone, and even I government, I will suggest that you don't provide a subsidy in forms of loan rather than provide in forms of skills and technology. So that's all from my side. Thank you to all of you. Thanks to all of you.
It was a wonderful speech. Now the next topic for you. Who wants to come next? Who? Yes, Kashish. Your topic is online shopping a boon or a bane? Online shopping a boon or a bane? Guess, Kashish.
Yes. Thank you first of all for giving me this opportunity. In my opinion, online shopping is a boon. We can, in online shopping, we can order anything, which we have to see that which shop it will in offline. First, we have to see at which shop we have to buy that, at how many price we have to do bargaining, but in online shopping we have this opportunity. We get offers, and we have all of the things which are ready for us in every situation. So I think it is a boon, but at some times it becomes a bane when the products which we buy from the online shopping are not that up to the mark. That it is not guaranteed that they will be as good as it is seen on the photos, like we buy clothes. But after all, it is a good thing that we online shop, and in my opinion, it becomes a boon, and in some little time it becomes a bane. So thank you.
Thank you, guys, Kashish. Who wants to come next?
Toastmaster Harshvardhan, Toastmaster Yash is raising his hand.
Okay, Toastmaster Yash. So your topic is food is more important than ethics. Food is more important than ethics. Toastmaster Yash.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you. What was the topic?
Food is more important than ethics.
Food is more important than ethics.
Yes.
What is this? I'm unable to get the topic. What exactly do you mean to say?
Yash, it is in the chat box.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Well, the topic for today I've got is food is more important than ethics. Well, food is a biggest form of human necessity from the starting of the human evolution, from the starting where humans have started to walk this planet Earth. Food is the basic necessity of life, from hunting animals to growing of agriculture products and different kinds of stuff. To today we are having so many dishes and so many kinds of stuff. I personally feel that yes, food is definitely more important than ethics because without food, humans won't be able to survive on this planet. Whether it's vegetarian, non-vegetarian, or vegan, food is the biggest necessity of life. And ethics do also play a very important role in our life because without ethics, we won't be able to eat the food in a proper manner. There are different ethics to eat the food in different manner, and there are different ethics all across the world. Whether in India we use our hands to eat the food, or whether in the Western world, be it Europe or America, we use the fork and knife to eat the food, or in Asian countries like China, Japan, and Korea, we use chopsticks to eat. Definitely, food ethics are definitely important. And ethics are very important for human survival. But overall, food plays a bigger part because without food, none of the people all across the globe, be it from Asia or Americas or Europe or whatever continent or country, we cannot survive without food. So definitely, food is more important than ethics. Over to you. Thank you. And over to you, Toastmaster Harshvardhan.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yes. So, timer, can you confirm if we have time for another topic?
No, we don't have time for other topic.
Okay. It was a nice session. Over to TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshvardhan, for conducting this session so well. So, guys, I request Toastmaster Karanveer to release the ballots for the best table topic speaker. Toastmaster Karanveer, please let us know when you are done with 80% of the voting.
Sure, Nathan. 70% votes are done. I request everyone to please vote. It is done, Toastmaster Nathan. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer. So, guys, it's time to begin the last segment of the meeting, which is the evaluation segment. Guys, evaluation and feedback are very important and integral part of Toastmasters meeting. And to conduct the powerful general evaluation segment, I have my general evaluator, Toastmaster Ankit Sinha, to conduct this powerful general evaluation. Guys, Toastmaster Ankit Sinha is a veteran Toastmaster. He works very hard and is a storyteller of our club. So guys, without a further ado, please help me welcome Toastmaster Ankit Sinha. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Am I out? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, friends, earlier I used to believe that I am a very good singer because there was no one to tell me that you are not that good. You need improvement at this, and these points. So friends, by the time we don't know where are our shortcomings, what are the areas of improvement, and what are the areas that are very good, then we cannot improve. And to check whether how good we are and what are the areas of improvement and what we did correctly in first, second, and third segment, we have created this segment. That is general evaluation segment. Friends, I have a team of evaluators. First team will evaluate prepared speeches, that has Toastmaster Yash and Toastmaster Asim. In second team, we have 5 role players that will evaluate the different segments of the meeting. That means someone will evaluate the timing, someone the hours, and many more things. And afterwards, I will evaluate the meeting as a whole. So without wasting time and to give you further insight, I would like to call our first evaluator, that is Toastmaster Yash. I request Toastmaster Yash to please give evaluation on the speech of the first speaker. Toastmaster Yash.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit. Good evening once again, everyone. The speaker delivered a very intriguing icebreaker speech today. He came in on the stage full of confidence with a very different kind of opening that caught everyone's attention and made the speech even more captivating for the audience. He explained his childhood journey, his schooling, his parents, and his educational qualifications. And then he again caught our attention with some eye-opening questions on his education qualification and his life, and the content that he feels in his life with or without the presence of materialistic things. Again, he asked some interesting questions on life, on whether why someone is able to have food or someone is not able to have food, why someone poor and why other people aren't poor. And he introduced us to his journey of karma and presented a beautiful Sanskrit shlok from the Bhagavad Gita. Being a Sanskrit student myself, I was amazed. I thoroughly enjoyed the structure of the speech, which was framed in a very unique manner, one of a kind, never seen before. It had great content. He had proper eye contact with everyone throughout the speech. And he engaged the audience throughout the speech using questions, some very intriguing, life, eye-opening questions that were so deep that he just couldn't resist himself from listening to them. And I'm personally proud of the speaker for having such a great insight on life. But with every great speech, there are some recommendations that everyone has to follow. First, I feel the speaker should have put on headphones or earphones so that a bit of a voice breaking that was there could have been avoided and his voice would have been more clearer. Second, I think there could be a bit fewer questions so that some members of the audience cannot be confused on the content of the speech. But overall, I feel it was an eye-opening speech for everyone. The journey of the speaker, the path of the evolution that he's walking on in karma, the journey of his self-actualization, personal growth, and becoming a better version of himself every day is really inspiring for all of us. I could personally relate to this because I also keep on changing, evolving, and reinventing myself from time to time. And I personally wish the speaker all the best for his future speeches, and he keeps giving us even more amazing speeches. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Yes, thank you so much for the wonderful evaluation. It's time to call evaluator number 2, that's Toastmaster Asim. Toastmaster Asim, please give the evaluation.
Hi. Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Great. So, good evening, everyone. Toastmaster Sriram today presented his project, Negotiating the Best Outcome. And there are a couple of good things that I noticed right from the very beginning. First and foremost, he had a very impressive opening because when he got to the negotiations bit, he made a few references that were to me as an audience member, they were very relatable to me because I did have seen the film, and I could understand from that scene what he was trying to get to. So the good bit is that making such pop culture references actually helps your cause, helps your point, helps the point that you're trying to make as a speaker, and it always is quite memorable. The second thing that I noticed was throughout the speech, his delivery was excellent in the sense that he was speaking in a calm, composed manner. And for the most part, the speech dynamics were quite in place. So, what I mean by speech dynamics here is he had excellent eye contact, his gestures were appropriate for somebody who's speaking on video. Uh, he had the manner in which he was speaking again was he as the speech progressed he became more and more comfortable, and you could see it in the way he was delivering the speech. So that is applaudable. I would very quickly like to jump on to the recommendations because I only have two recommendations here. First one is more of a suggestion. When you are beginning a speech, as a speaker, you can just let go of the part where you thank the Toastmaster of the day or the evaluator or anybody else and just dive into your speech, dive into content. These are valuable seconds in case you're ever in a contest. You would want to save those seconds, and it doesn't add any value to the speech. The Toastmaster of the day is doing their job by introducing you. No need to thank them. Just a suggestion. The second one is more important. Read the objectives. I noticed that the speech towards the end, when he started with what is a negotiation, it just became a summary of the project, right from you know the types of negotiation to when to walk away. These are all points that are lifted directly from the project itself, and the evaluation resource states that the speech should not be a report on the project. Instead, what the speaker would have done is present to us a personal anecdotes which were missing from this speech. Present to us personal anecdotes about the time when the speaker actually had a unsuccessful negotiation or a successful negotiation or something that he's looking forward to, and maybe analyze the kind of mistakes they made at the time and how could have they done it better. So if it were me, I would reflect upon some mistakes that I've made in the past. So in summary, please follow the objectives. This is for everyone. Stick to the objectives and make sure that the speech that you're giving is truly something that is valuable for the audience, because nothing speaks to the crowd like a personal anecdote. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asim. Now it's time to move to the next evaluator, that is the evaluator for table topic segment. So please welcome our ex-president, Toastmaster Shipra Gupta, for doing the table topic speakers evaluation. Over to Shipra.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. So the
Good
first
evening.
Good evening. So the first speaker was Toastmaster Rajendra sir. So he started off really well, and he was really confident, audible. So when he started, he directly jumped to his opinion about, should government be giving loans or not. My suggestion is first he could have told us the pros and cons as to why the government thinks that the loan should be given, and in his opinion, why is it wrong. And then if he would have summed up and told us his opinion, it would have convinced us more. Other than that, he did really well. His conclusion was really good. The second speaker talked about the boon and the bane of online shopping. So as a guest, he started really well, and his structure was good. One thing that he could have done is he could have given his example, or he could have started with an example or a reference, as it's a very much relatable topic, and it would have involved all of us. Other than that, he was really confident and an amazing approach. Now, the third speaker was Toastmaster Yash. So Toastmaster Yash started really well, and he talked about, why the food is important and everything. Then he deviated from the topic when he talked about the ethics, about the cutlery that in my opinion, I think it was more about what is important food and ethics. What I understood was what is more during the time of a calamity, is it the food or the ethics? So that is what I understood. So I felt that he deviated a little bit from the topic. Other than that, he did really well in transition. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shipra. And friends, it's time to cast your ballot for the best evaluators. I request our tech master, Toastmaster Karanveer, to please issue the ballot so that we can have a vote. Karan, are you issuing the ballots?
The ballots are live, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, the friends, you can vote. Choose any one of them. Karan, when we are up to just 80%, just please tell us so that we can proceed. Please do cast your vote, and everyone can cast vote. It's not only the Toastmasters who can cast, everyone can cast vote, even the guests, and your vote matters.
Yes, thank you so much.
Toastmaster Karan, can we move further? Are we done?
Yeah.
Can we move?
Yes, so we can move.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's time to take reports from our most important role player, that is auxiliary role player. And first, I would like to call our timer for the day, Toastmaster Anjaney. Toastmaster Anjaney, please present your report.
First of all, I would like to thank every member for such a wonderful and amiable club meeting. And as I was timer of the day, I have minutely observed the time spent by different speaker in this club meeting. So first I would like to start with the Toastmaster, Mr. Saurav Kaushik. He took 4 minutes 59 seconds. Mr. Toastmaster Sriram Sridhar took 8 minutes 41 seconds. He took more than time allocated to him. And as part of the monthly award ceremony, Miss Gushfat Kaur Chhabra took 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Harshvardhan Sharma, as part of the table topic speaker, he took 9 minutes, exactly 9 minutes. So he was actually is well on time, I can say. And as part of the evaluation segment, Mr. Yes took 2 minutes 40 seconds. DTM Ashim Gupta took 3 minutes 36 seconds. She took more than time allocated to her. Miss Sipra Gupta took 1 minute 53 seconds for the evaluation. Thanks. And I would like to say sorry from my side that this was my first time. I try my best to monitor all the time management. If there will be any feedback, I will definitely try to improve in next meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anjaney. Yes, feedback will be provided to you in the evaluation segment. And it's time to call our next auxiliary role player, our counter, that is played by Toastmaster Karan. Toastmaster Karan, please present your report. Toastmaster Karan? I believe there is some issue with this Toastmaster Karanveer's end. So let's take from another role player report. Language evaluator Toastmaster Claret. Claret, please present your report.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Ankit Sinha. And we had some very interesting speeches today from fellow Toastmasters. While I was evaluating, I came across Toastmaster Saurabh when he introduced the first speaker. He spoke about, we are 4 siblings, I'm younger of them. It should have been, we are 4 siblings and I am the youngest. It could have been that. Then in the there was this lovely topic that Toastmaster Sri Ram presented, negotiate the best outcome. And he gave some very good phrases in that. When he gave the example of the win-win situation, where he said the chiku and the seed, where one person loves the chiku, the other person loves the seed. So a win-win situation. And another well-known sentence that he came across, phrase rather, he came across as zero-sum game in game theory. And that's what he meant about the stock markets, where you have a win-lose situation. So you have to have a backup plan. As far as Rajendra Shah was concerned, is loan, Toastmaster Rajendra Shah said is loan is better, which was a little bit of a wrong usage of the language. He could have said is loan better. Then even the second phrase he came across, he mentioned was even I government I suggest, which meant even to government I suggest. He could have said I even to government I suggest. I think the word of the day, amiable. Asim used it. Our evaluator Asim Gupta used amiable in his speech. So I think while evaluating, he used it quite often. And that's all for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Claret, for the wonderful evaluation. Now move on to our next role player and call our parliamentarian for the day, that is Toastmaster Nipun. To Toastmaster Nipun, please present your report.
Thank you,
Toastmaster
fellow
Nipun.
Toastmaster. Yeah, thank you, fellow Toastmaster. Let me submit the report for parliamentarian. Many have used earphone and it is a good practice to avoid background sound. So I request others to also use earphone. And twice it has been found that someone has used someone's microphone was on when speech was going on. So that actually disturbed the speaker. So I request to ensure that my microphone would be muted at the time of speeches. And today I found that no one used any negative references against caste, religion, and gender. So this is a really good practice, and we should do this thing more and more. And many members were showing the gesture of thumbs up when speaker was giving the speeches. This is a good practice, and we should keep doing this because it will boost the morale of the speaker, and that is what we are here for. And I would like to give one quote. If we want to have amiable ideas from team, we must have some ground rules and regulations. And with this, I would like to end my report. Back to the general director.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nipun. Now it's time to move to our next role player, that is our counter for the day, Toastmaster Karanveer. Toastmaster Karan, are you ready? Toastmaster Karan?
So I think there is some problem at his side.
Okay, there is some technical issue. We will go back to the Toastmaster Karan again. Now it's time to call our listener. That is our president, Toastmaster Gursifat. Toastmaster Gursifat, please present your role.
Good evening once again. I am here.
Good evening.
I'm here to test your listening skills. So I request you to kindly raise your virtual hand or physical hand if you know the answer. So the first question is, you have to name the person. A person who loves to give gift to his sister. Who is that person? And that person comes from Delhi back to his home to give the gift. Yes, Toastmaster Nitin.
He is none other than our Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Karanveer.
Yes, you're right. Next question is, whose topic was online shopping is a boon or a bane? Kindly raise your hand. Online shopping is a boon or a bane? Toastmaster Yash?
Toastmaster Rajendra Saha.
No, you're wrong. Yes, Nitin.
Guest Kashish Jain.
Yes, you're right. The next question is 2 commendations given by Toastmaster Yash to Toastmaster Saurabh. Yash, you're not allowed to answer that. Anyone else? Toastmaster Claret, Toastmaster Harshvardhan, Aarti, anyone would like to give it a try? Yes, Yukti.
I think he said that one, he should have asked less questions during his speech, because he put his speech in form of a lot of questions. So he said the question should be less. And the second thing that he mentioned is that he should have used a microphone or headphone.
Okay. That were the recommendations and not commendations. It's okay. So next up we have one more question. Who made the reference to Wall Street? The speaker. Which speaker made the reference to Wall Street? Yes, Toastmaster Claret.
Shriram had made the.
Yes, you're
Shriram.
right. The last question I have for you all is a person who loves mango and also loves peacocks. Okay. Yes, Nathan.
He is Toastmaster Saurabh Kaushik.
Yeah, you're right. So I hope you all enjoyed this segment. Over to Toastmaster Ankit Sinha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gudsifat. I believe that Toastmaster Karanveer is available now. Toastmaster Karan, please present your report as our counter for that.
Thank you very much once again to everyone. Internet connection is one of those things which you cannot rely upon, and it goes bad at any moment. And it is one of those things which cannot be handled actually. You prepare for it the best, but you cannot do anything about it. But filler sounds in your speech, you can definitely do something about it. Back with my report as a counter today. So first of all, I will present my report as an R counter. Then I will give you some tips on how you can improve your speech and reduce your R's and Ms. So Toastmaster Gudsifat had 3 filler sounds and 1 filler word. Toastmaster Nippon had 2 filler sounds. Toastmaster Dhwani used 1 filler sound. Toastmaster Claret had 1 filler word. Toastmaster Yash was flawless. Toastmaster Kaushik, given that it is his first speech in the club, he just used 1 long pause and 1 filler word. That's very commendable. Toastmaster Shriram had around 11 filler words and 12 filler sounds. This is something you can surely work upon. Toastmaster Rajendra had just 1 filler sound off. Toastmaster Kashish, the guest Kashish, had 6 filler sounds in his speech. Toastmaster Asim used 1 filler sound and Toastmaster Shipra used 2 filler words. And everyone who came on the stage other than these people were flawless in this case. One thing which I would like to recommend everyone to reduce the filler sounds in your speech is to use the technique of active pausing. For example, I'll take an example from the speech itself. One speaker said, first we have to think and then move it. So you can use it in this way. First we have to think and then move it. Like take a pause at the right moment. This helps you really well. Another tip that you can use is, if you have someone like me who is from a non-English background, is that you can watch English series or movie a couple of days before. How this thing would help, you might wonder. Well, I was someone who used to face a lot of problem during translating my sentences from Hindi to English or Punjabi to English. And during those conversion, I used to always say, okay, I am doing this. And I used to use a lot of R's and Ms. But when you start watching English movies, talk to people in English, your brain becomes very effective at translating those sentences from your mother tongue language to English. So how effectively you translate those sentences will show up in your speech. You will ultimately have less number of filler sounds and filler words. So that was all from my side. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer. But your job does not end here. You need to issue a ballots also. So please issue ballots so that we can choose who was best out of these 6. I am mentioning 6 because Joke Master was also there, so don't forget Joke Master. Ballots are there on the screen. Please choose one of them and appreciate their performance. Karimjit, please tell once we are done with the 80% mark.
Sure, Toastmaster Ankit. 5 more seconds. Thank you so much. We are done.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karanveer. Now it's time, it's my turn, the general evaluator report for the meeting. Friends, I was coming straight away from my office, just going through the massive traffic. Somehow I managed to reach by 7:10. I could able to join the meeting by 7:16. And when I switch on my mobile, put it on Zoom mode, then what I saw, that Toastmaster Nipun, or SAA, was on the screen narrating the club mission. What it indicates? It simply indicates that like every time we started right on time. And this is not an easy job. Friends, we try to do some things, but there are so many things. Physical meeting, it's maybe an easy job, but virtual meeting, it's not an easy job because your internet goes away sometimes, your preparation is not complete. So let's move on to the role players one by one. First was SAA Toastmaster Nipun. He presented very well. I could listen only half of the portion, so that I can evaluate only half. So that was well done. Moving on to a president. As usual, our president address was really heads off thing. She presented what are the leadership qualities, 1, 2, 3. These are the qualities that we should admire, that we should observe in our personality. And what I really liked, I liked that once she saw that we have many guests, and these guests will require the introduction time. Each guest will require somewhere 20 to 25 seconds. So more than 7 guests, she cut her time and gave her time to the guest. So good job. Just one recommendation for her is that I would love if she would have presented some of her story, because I like to present a story. So if she had presented that the day just a week ago or that particular date when I was going to that particular area, something happened to me. This thing taught me. Instead of highlighting the 4 or 5 things, just mention one thing. And this thing should be able to mark place in the mind of audience. This should be something like this. So next, move on to our Toastmaster of the day. Friends, in the last minute earlier, I was thinking that today I will mention that our energy is very low. Most of the time, our energy is not up to mark. But I cannot say this today because our energy bomb, Toastmaster Nitin, was a TMOD. So his energy was always there, all the time there. And he collected all the biographies, he contacted all the role players, he sent me text also, but I could not revert. But he texted everyone, he collected everything, he presented everything. Though we had only 2 speakers, but I never realized that we had only 2 because he filled the entire area very, very well. Just one piece of recommendation is that his tone is always there, always on the high note. But in my view, since you are presenting some emotional stuff, when you are presenting your connection with your brother, he may have presented that day when I was playing with my elder brother, he met with an accident or I met with an accident. How he handled me, that was a bonding. So speech or presentation should be like that. They should be able to move the sense of the audience. So instead of telling the abstract content, we can connect with the feelings. Next thing is that, yes, now move on to our auxiliary role players. First auxiliary role player, the Toastmaster Anjane. He introduced, I believe he was debuting in this role. he not only introduced his role, because when I was playing my role first time as an auxiliary role player, I was only worrying about I need to present that line. Just 3-4 lines I need to narrate it, just note down the time, present report in the end, and somehow get rid of this whole thing. But he incorporated the theme very well. He was very confident. And just one small piece of advice, or rather 2 pieces of advice is for him. First thing is that introduction has also time limit. We cannot go very long, because everything is divided in particular time. And second thing is that we need not call Mr. or Mrs. Miss. Just call Toastmaster this, Toastmaster that. Next role player was language evaluator Toastmaster Claret. She incorporated theme very, very well. Very settled approach, very easygoing, smooth, calm. Great job. Next, we had Toastmaster Nipun Ahuja. I missed one thing in his introduction, was that he did not incorporate the theme. When particular thing is there in all the role players, and one thing is missing in particular role player, then this thing grab your attention. So Toastmaster Nipun didn't incorporate the theme. And what I found one more thing, that his preparation was also little less. So we need to be thorough what we are presenting. Nothing can replace the preparation thing. All otherwise he presented report in a proper manner. Now moving on to the listener. Listener also incorporated a theme very, very well. Good vocal variety. Friends, you have seen that transition. There was a Toastmaster Good Sipat who was presenting as a presidential address. There was a different Good Sipat when presenting as a monthly award. But Good Sipat was most comfortable when she was presenting in the listener role. Now move on to our joke master. I believe that joke master was earlier some other person, and she was a just last minute change, but she managed very well. She presented very settled joke. But just one piece of recommendation for her is that even jokes requires proper organization. There should be some proper pointer. There should not be collection of jokes. There should be one joke, and there should be humor throughout. Now moving on to attack master or our counter for the day. Our counter, I can say that how should a person present the auxiliary role player perform his job. Toastmaster Karanveer presented an ideal theme. He was very confident. He incorporated a theme, and what I really liked is that when his connection lost and when he came back, then there was no nervousness. He incorporated that thing in his report that you cannot handle the technical glitches. So great job. Everything was optimal. I do not have any recommendation for Toastmaster Karanveer for the role of account. Now moving on to our evaluators. Friends, I would like to suggest you one thing. Whosoever is coming on stage, whosoever means anyone. Friends, our talk requires some organization, some connection, and all the basics of the good speech should be there. So in case of evaluator, I would like to suggest the moment they introduce the objective of the project, their job starts from there. Since let's say you are saying that need to present an organized speech, he should do this thing, that thing, and you are fumbling, that means you are not achieving the purpose. So please go through the project objective, rehearse it. It should not seem like that you are reading it first time. Not only project objective, but also the entire project. Now moving to our evaluators, Toastmaster Yash presented very well. He was very confident, followed the CRC approach. Just one small piece of recommendation for him is that we do not need to say what was said. We just should mention that delivery was this, eye contact was there or not, organization was there. So we have many pointers. We can focus on them. Otherwise, good job. Toastmaster Asim, he presented a very, very good evaluation. He focused on all these areas, because if I simply say that you were very good and you presented this thing very well, no. you should say that your organization was good, transitions were not so good, vocal variety may require some improvement. So, great job. Now moving to third evaluator, that is Toastmaster Shipra Gupta. Shipra she is an experienced Toastmaster, and that was visible in her talk also. She highlighted the one commendation and one recommendation. But for the first speaker, she straight away highlighted the recommendation part. Or rather, I can say the recommendation part was much more visible. Rather, we can do one thing, that one commendation, one recommendation, and then one again a small piece of commendation, so that he can have a happy ending. Friends, now move on to table topic master. Our table topic master, I believe he was debuting all in this role. So he presented very well. He was very well prepared. He mentioned the topics on the PPT, so that these are very much visible. However, I have some pieces of advice, suggestions for his role. First thing is that PPT is not required. You can straight away tell that this is the topic. Second thing is that topic should be little general, so that a person who does not have any idea regarding this incentive or something like this, they should also be tell what is required there. Third thing is that since the moment you start share your screen, you block the timer to play his screen. So the role player do not know what was his time limit, and that is for table talk master. Now moving to certain areas where improvement is possible. That yes, today we had only 2 speakers, whereas in agenda we had 3. So my suggestion is to the EC, whenever any speaker is backing out, just post it on the WhatsApp group, so that any other person who is willing to take that slot can take the slot. Friends, EC team, speech slot is very rare thing, because there are so many Toastmasters who are willing to give speech. Some of them are willing to give speech in the last minute. I have seen, let's say a person has taken a speech slot just 12 o'clock today, and that has presented a very good speech. And one last point is that we had only 3 table topic speakers. I believe more table topic speakers were possible. The more chances we give to the table topic segment, that would be better for us. We may cut time in other areas, but in my view, there should be at least 5 to 6 table topics. Overall, it's a great meeting. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I hand over stage back to our TMOD, Toastmaster Nitin Gautam.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankit Sinha, for conducting the session so well. You have covered each and every part of the meeting very gratefully. So, job well done. So, guys, let's hear from our guests to share some of the best memories with their siblings. So, I request Toastmaster guest Shireen Naseem to share some of her best memories with her siblings or cousins.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nathan, for giving me this opportunity. And as you know, everybody was basically telling their experience with their siblings. I was thinking about the kind of memories that I have had with my siblings, and as I think more about it, I feel like I've had amazing time with my with all of my cousins, not only my brother. And as we grew up, we were all living in the same house. I can very vividly remember all the chitter chatter that we used to have, and our parents would definitely come to us and shush us down to kind of just finally go to sleep and let us sleep. So things like that I can definitely remember. I mean, I cannot really pinpoint one particular memory, but those are the memories that I dearly hold very close to my heart. And yeah, those are things that I can just trade my life for. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Shireen. So, guys, who wants to volunteer for sharing his best memories of with his siblings or cousins? Any guest who would like to say something about siblings? Yukti, Pooja, Kashish, anyone? Jaiprakash, Toastmaster Jaiprakash, would you like to throw a light on, share want to share some memories of siblings? Jaiprakash, Toastmaster Jaiprakash, you are not audible.
Now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So, I will share my memories. When I was a child, my childhood was in a rural area, and we are 5 brothers, 2 sisters, and I am youngest in all of them. So everything when I try to do, don't do this, don't do this, you are small, like that, they always telling me. And when I learn something, I talk to them regularly, and then after 4th standard, 5th standard, they comes to know he is not small now, he is grown up. And then from 7th onwards, I took the part in elocution competition, debate competition in local language Marathi, because I am from Maharashtra. And many times we are going for picnic, for trips. There we will make a lot of funs, and we regularly swims in a river, in well also, in big well. We used to swim. We used to catch a live snake also in well. We throw that snake on the ground. So like that fun in a rural area we made. So these are some of my memories which I would like to share. So I thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin, to give me this chance to speak. Next time I will again properly prepare, and then I will share my well thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jaiprakash. You have presented your thoughts in a well-crafted manner. No issues on that. So, guest Kashish, would you like to share some of your memories with the siblings?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks for this opportunity, first of all. My relation with my sibling, my real brother, he is mentally retarded, and he is somewhat handicapped. He is older than me, 7 years, but he is like a child from him. So having fun with him is like, I really like it. Every time when I take care, when I play with him, it is like rejoicing myself. When I come from outside in tensions and other stresses, he is like my brother, and I enjoyed all the childish works we're doing with him. He beats me sometimes, but it's very precious time that I could give to him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Kashish, for presenting your thoughts. So I would like to call on screen guest Yukti or Pooja to share their memories with siblings, if you are hearing me.
Yes. Hi, Nitin.
Hi, Yukti. You can proceed now.
So with siblings, I have one younger brother, and I think we spent wonderful time since beginning. If I talk about past, then because I was elder, so I used to tease him, I used to scold him and everything, and that part I really enjoy, privileges of being elder. And yes, but here comes the responsibility of being the elder one, and wherever your younger sibling needs you, so you need to be there. And also, if I talk about the current time, I think I enjoy his cooking most. He cooks for me sometimes, and I really enjoy that. So that is the fondest memory that I have with my sibling.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guest Yukti. Can I have guest Pooja to share some of her memories with us, with her siblings.
Hi everyone, myself Pooja, and with my sisters, we are three sisters, and we had very good time. We used to share toys, then storybooks, and everything as any specific memory I don't remember right now. But I would say, as we are growing, as a bond is getting stronger with time, and I think that if I compare with my friends, that or sister brother are better to share your opinion, your views. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, guest Pooja, for throwing some of the lights on your memories with siblings. So, guys, in the end, I would like to say that sibling relationship is one of the most purest and most longest relationship in the world. It is above any relationship in the world. So, guys, we should love our siblings wholeheartedly, unconditionally, and we should always support and motivate them in all walks of life. And we should cherish this relationship forever and to kingdoms come. So, guys, I would like to hand over the stage back to President, and I am signing off as a Toastmaster of the Day for the today's meeting. Back to President of our club.
Thank you, Nitin. I request you all to please cast the vote for the best role player. Can we have the ballots?
The ballots are live, Christopher.
Thank you.
We are done with the voting. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for voting. Please also take 1 minute to give feedback to our role players. That is TMOD Nitin Gautam, G Toastmaster Ankit Sinha, and TTM Toastmaster Harshvardhan. Guys, please give the feedback. It's really important. The speakers feel encouraged and they also get motivation to improve for the next time. I hope it's done. Now it's the time for results. We can unmute ourselves and guess also. So the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Saurabh.
Any other guesses?
Toastmaster Saurabh.
Sriram.
Toastmaster Sriram.
The best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Sriram. Next up, we have the best Auxi role player.
Toastmaster Dhwani, Toastmaster Gursifer.
Any other guesses?
Toastmaster Claret.
Undoubtedly, Toastmaster Karanveer.
It goes to Toastmaster Karanveer, our Tech Master, and our VPPR. Next up, we have the table topic speaker. The best table topic speaker goes to
Yash.
Yes, undoubtedly
Yash.
goes to Yash. Next up, we have the best evaluator.
Toastmaster Asim.
Any other guesses?
Toastmaster Shipra.
Yes, it goes to our past president, Toastmaster Shipra. So the last one, the best role player award goes to
Toastmaster Nitin.
Toastmaster Ankit.
Toastmaster Ankit.
It was a really tough competition, I would say, but it goes to Toastmaster Nitin Gautam. Can we please turn on our cameras for a good picture? Everyone, please turn on your camera. Dhwani, guest Yukti, guest Pooja, Ankit sir.
We have Dhwani.
Yes, we have. Toastmaster Rajendra, please open your cameras.
Please switch on the cameras, everyone. Just for a quick group photo.
Yes. Okay, we can have the picture.
We are done.
Thank you everyone for coming today. See you in the next meeting. I hope you all liked it. Have good weekdays and weekends ahead. Hasta la vista. I hereby officially end the meeting.
Guests are
And
required.
guests are requested to please stay up for the briefing.
A very good week to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karanveer, can you please make the breakout room?
Yes, I'm doing that. Just a moment.
Guests are requested to stay back for the quick briefing.
Hi, Yukti. If Hi, Yukti, am I audible to you? Hi, Yukti, are you there?